In this episode of the podcast, we're going to talk about Excel. And no, don't flip away from the podcast. Just hold on 1 second here. I am not going to repeat too much of essentially the word podcast here, right? Because Excel is the other portion to Word, right? They are these ubiquitous softwares. If you are on a Mac, if you're on a PC, if you're on a mobile device, if you only have the internet, it doesn't matter. Wherever you are, you will have Excel. And what I can tell you is one of the greatest pieces of supercharging you can apply to what it is that you do to focus on your career is know how to use Excel. Now, we have these tremendous special built custom pieces of software. So if you work in any industry, you have custom software, right? So if we work in education, actually the piece of custom software we would have is Eagle. Eagle is part of a larger platform called InStructure. And actually, we tie that into our greater systems here at RVC so that we can kind of tie everything together really nice. So RVC uses custom built software. If you are in like sales, for example, there are custom built softwares there, that help bring point of sale. So that would be things like, like a cash register or a contract signing application that would bring that into accounts receivable. And from accounts receivable, you can do billing. From billing, you can do payments. From payments, you can do salaries and things like that. Those are all custom built pieces of software. And those are well and good and great, and they have their places. But the simple fact of the matter is, when you are distributing data from one place to another. So if we take, one sales department or one sales person, or we take, a state worth of data, and we want to package that and send it to somebody else, we do it in Excel. If we want to take a bunch of grade data, and we want to have a meeting here at Rock Valley College to talk about, something, success rates. We want to talk about how many people are in a different degree field, whatever. It really doesn't matter. We package that data in Excel to be able to distribute it to other people. Excel really is the default that people go back to when it comes to taking data, which is just numbers, right? It's just numbers with label fields. That's all. And we use Excel to be able to communicate that to other people because it gives us such a wealth of tools to be able to, filter data, to sort data, to highlight data with, the cell backgrounds and everything else. So knowing how to use Excel in its next to most basic form. So like the most basic form is just having a simple black and white spreadsheet where you have a few form field labels and you have a few pieces of data. That's all well and good. But you get a lot of career supercharging out of being just one or two levels of sophistication better than that. So being able to use one of the format templates in Excel to provide visual highlights to your data is a huge career supercharger. Being able to use Excel to sort data and to do math with it is a huge career supercharger. To be able to use Excel to highlight fields, to then be able to create graphs and charts that have an immediate and impactful visual cue to the kinds of data you're trying to convey is a huge career supercharger. So Excel is not some sort of a punishment. Excel is not us trying to give you busy work so that you can learn another software package that you're never going to use. Excel really is one of the greatest pieces of business software that you can learn that is going to have an immediate and important impact on the length and breadth of your career. And there's no two ways about that.